story begins at a town in Russia on a cold autumn evening. A young girl by the name of Rina Palenkova uploads 3 photos online. She seems to be standing outside near train tracks with a mask around her face and her middle finger up at the camera. The caption simply reads, "Nia, bye." Just a few hours later, she was found dead. Rina had committed suicide. Rina's story is only one piece of a much darker puzzle, linking together teenage disappearances, mysterious online groups, and at the center of it all, a challenge. A challenge so dangerous that it had to be banned in multiple countries. A game so disturbing that if you were to join it, it might just lead you down a path from which there's no turning back from. This is the internet's darkest game.
New tonight, a synth challenge originating in Russia is spreading all the way to the U.S.
Some say this started as a hoax, but now it's evolved into something very real.
A lot of people are wondering what this challenge is.
And the results have proven to be deadly. The online game called the Challenge has very real consequences.
Schools in neighboring states already sounding the alarm. CBS 12's Vincent Crivelli is...
Imagine you receive a message. It's from an anonymous account that you've never seen before. You reply. They then go on to ask you a question. You hesitate at the strange request for a moment, but curiosity gets the better of you and you answer. Not realizing that by answering, you might have just taken the first step down a path that you can never escape from, stuck in a game that doesn't end when you log off. In early 2016, just coincidentally a few months after Rina's passing, reports of these mysterious accounts started circulating online with the intention of recruiting players to join a game, primarily through a Russian social media network called VK. Now, not much is known about this shady game, what it looks like, or even if it has an interface. It can't be found anywhere online or even in the App Store. It can only be provided to you at a specific time under certain circumstances.
If I were at my low point feeling lonely and I had somebody reach out to me, almost giving me this way to feel like I was a part of something, I would probably...
With that being said, there's only a few alleged claims about how to get in. Supposedly, this challenge consisted of 2 roles, an administrator and a participant, you.
The 20-year-old first-year student was reportedly a participant in the game. He was also reported to
This game wasn't just something that you could easily apply for. Rather, to enter, an administrator would contact you at random from an anonymous account, asking one simple question. Do you want to become a part of the game? A game which always ends in death. At this point, by agreeing and clicking the download link provided to you, you've already sealed your fate. That single decision marked the crossing of a line that you could possibly never step back over. Once you were in, there was no way out. Right now, as we speak, the device isn't just installing your typical program. Hidden deep in the files of this game lies a virus containing malicious scripts and spyware designed to take control over everything before you even realize what's happening. With that single download, you've now handed the administrator complete access over your photos, contacts, address, and anything else that could possibly be used against you for blackmail. Your device is now an active surveillance tool.
If they don't, reports say a game administrator will threaten to release personal information and their family.
That's really sad, you know.
Hidden behind the screen, the administrators were no longer just normal users, but now the ones pulling the strings. They enforced the rules. They were in control. Failure to comply with orders would now result in various consequences. Messages escalating in tone, threats, and even exposure of private information were all possible. Once they gained control of you mentally, the game would officially begin. Your administrator has sent you a message. You're tasked with completing a challenge before the day is over. You have exactly 24 hours on the clock. The objective for the day starts off with something seemingly harmless. Draw a picture of a whale on a sheet of paper and send the photo to your administrator. The purpose of this mysterious task is left unknown. It seems almost too easy. What could possibly be going on here? Nevertheless, you follow the rules. You finish your drawing and send an image over, completing your first task, completely unaware that with each passing day, your challenges will continue to get darker and darker with no escape. Over the course of 50 days, users of this game will be expected to complete one task every day. That's 50 days, 50 tasks. The next day, your challenge is again something simple. Change your VK status to hashtag I am a whale. It's a bit strange, but you do it. Whatever this game was and whoever's running it has a strange obsession with whales. Day 3. Wake up at 4:20 a.m. and watch psychedelic and scary videos that your administrator sends you. Day 4. Complete a cryptic cipher. Day 5. Listen to music that the administrator sent to you. Day 6. Self-inflict a message on your hand and send an image over to the administrator. The message in question: F57.
Now, unlike other social media challenges, this challenge is a sinister one. In this game, kids are encouraged to take on 50 challenges, each challenge becoming more dangerous than the last. In order to win this game, the final challenge is to...
An article is published online to a Russian news website, Novaya Gazeta. Although this piece has since been deleted and lost to time, the mark it left behind was quite significant, because this text would go on to bring this matter to a global scale. With VK being the second most popular Russian social media website in the world, that status comes with even darker and more suspicious corners. What it described was eerie. Hidden just below the surface of the site were entire communities dedicated to dangerous practices. They were said to be communities obsessed with death groups. You see, in these dangerous groups, vulnerable teens were reportedly being controlled and manipulated by mentors. A statement that sounds awfully too similar to this game. The article then claimed that there weren't just a handful of these places, but an alleged 1,500 active communities thriving in plain sight, just below the surface of VK. It's unknown who was behind any of these disturbing circles or how they even managed to originate in the first place, but one group in particular stood out, mentioned again and again and again. A group by the name of F57. A group that was different from the rest. While others blended in with the noise, F57 stood out and developed an identity, because this single article tied everything together, claiming F57, the game, and the Rina Palenkova case were all part of an internet web designed to push teens towards... The article quickly went viral all over Russia and the game exploded in popularity.
About a social media game resulting in serious injuries for teens and in some cases even possibly leading to death. It's called the...
Shared thousands of times and spreading like a wildfire. While some criticize the text for its lack of evidence, others claim that it might be onto something much larger. And with all this commotion brewing, one question remained. What happens on the 50th day? Day 7, inscribe F40 on your hand. Day 10, cut your lip. Day 13, go to a bridge. Day 14, you have to overcome your fear. What kind of game was this? As the days went on and the task became more gruesome, a common trend of self-mutilation and dangerous behavior became present. The administrators wanted to harm you, but not by anything they did. They wanted to harm you by your own will.
According to many accounts online, the challenge targets teens through Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat. An anonymous instructor asking kids to complete challenges, like listening to certain music or watching violent movie scenes. But things quickly take a dangerous and, in Isaiah's...
With the game growing in popularity by the day, it didn't take long at all for the commotion to pass beyond Russia's borders. And as the severity of the situation increased, numerous countries issued extensive warnings about the game.
I'm just going to continue to monitor it, and if it looks like it's an issue of an impact.
From Bengal, a 14-year-old boy is said to have been addicted to a deadly
online game. Remember, on Monday, there was a story of a 16-year-old who committed...
From Russia all the way to South America, traces of the challenge have been reported in over 24 countries. Multiple governments even tried to ban it, but due to the simplicity of the game, some claim that it might be impossible to fully get rid of it. By day 20, the administrator checks if you are trustworthy. What this means is strangely unknown, but being nearly halfway in, it seems significant. On day 21, you're ordered to have your first talk with another whale, aka a separate player. Becoming a whale earlier in the challenge wasn't just a statement, but it was a contract that you had to follow through with. Just 4 days later, on day 25, you would have a scheduled meeting with a whale. You're officially halfway through the challenge. In the midst of all this panic, the death count continued to increase, reaching a total of 130 just in Russia alone. It didn't take long for the authorities to step in, and an investigation was underway. Who was the creator of this game? Who was the one who started everything?
I mean, it's disgustingly genius because he was a little successful in it.
Yeah, but I know what you mean, but I don't even want to say genius. It's bad.
The deadly blue game claims another life, the latest victim being from Madhya Pradesh's...
Well, now there's a new danger making its way across the internet and social media sites, and the results have proven to be deadly. It's called the...
Although we had no information that any students were participating in the app, we just thought we'd err on the side of caution and let parents know that it was out there.
On day 28, the administrator tells you not to talk to anyone all day. They want to separate you from the outside world. Speaking about the game to family members or friends is strictly prohibited. Days 30 to 49 are all labeled with the same disturbing instruction. For the next 19 days, participants wake up at 4:20 a.m. and watch horror videos. You are only allowed to listen to the music and media that they send you. With each passing day, you're ordered to painfully inflict yourself once, as well as speak to other participants online, all following the same game. And with that being said, after nearly 2 months of this dangerous and destructive behavior, you are finally met with the last challenge, the reason why this game was created in the first place. On day 50, you take your own
laughed about it. They blew it off like it was a joke. And if one of them would have said something, if one of them would have called us, he would have been alive.
We had no signs at all. Isaiah was Isaiah.
What might seem like fun or a challenge or a dare, not thinking things through is sort of classic teenage stuff.
Hello, this is State Representative Tomas Resti, and this is a call to action. A call to action for all parents, all adults, and children alike.
Why do you think that your daughter was a target and this curator of the game, who is obviously an evil person, found her?
European media outlets are reporting police arrested the man who created this deadly game in Russia. CBS 12 is working to verify that information.
On the 15th of November, exactly 183 days after the initial incident, a 22-year-old Russian male by the name of Philip Budikin was arrested in Siberia and sentenced to 3 years in prison.
This 22-year-old kid out of nowhere creates this.
Philip was the alleged mastermind behind it all, a psychology student. During his interrogation, Philip confessed to manipulating multiple young minds, and in his own utterly disgusting words, he claimed that he was cleansing society of what he referred to as biological waste. And as the investigation continued to unfold, authorities uncovered more and more individuals connected to these groups, leading to a growing web of arrests revealing the true size of this disturbing game. Thankfully, in recent times, talk of the game has died down, but every few years it seems to inevitably return with a strange new twist. Some say that it's impossible to ban. In the end, the game might fade away and be forgotten, but the near estimated 200 lives lost will always be remembered. It's possible that this game wasn't an application, program, or even software at all, but a mental one. A psychological prison that breaks you down from the inside. A game that forces you into obedience of an administrator. So the next time you receive a random message, think twice before responding to it. Who was the creator of this game? Who was the one that was in control?